Yo, it's Guido coming at you with the Tactics Talk, guys, and welcome back. Thanks for tuning in this episode of World of Tanks, and we have Toe2B is back. Toe2B is in his T49. You guys ready for some derp action? You always got to love the T49 derp. Thank goodness they didn't change the HE rules. Oh, man, I have to change my... what's going on with my camera? Oh, that's right, I did a little camera trick. Oops, that's not it. Hold on. What the heck is going on here? Where's my... Ah, there I am. There I am. Let's slide on over. All right. Toe2B is in his T49. We're going to talk about critical errors. Critical errors. What is the usual reason that you weren't able to carry a match? More than likely you ran out of hit points. Now it could be other things. Could be time. Could be your team got fast capped. But as a general rule, you ran out of hit points, which means you ran out of options at some point. And you may not even run out of hit points totally, but you didn't have the hit points to make the move that needed to be made later on. So really, it's about hit point management almost the entirety of this game. And map control. So hit point management and map control, vision control, if you will, but that is part and parcel of map control. These are all things that are very important to winning this game. So we're going to talk about critical errors. And it looks like he's doing a nice job just wrecking this poor Centurion 7-1. Comes diving off of that hill there and then heads back up high. Now be very careful here, Toe. You're really safer down in this general area, although staying in one place for the arty can be problematic. When you come up high up here, you'll see how this terrain rises. You give better shots to all those guys down there. But nice job being difficult to hit, spinning around. You're just going to have a pretty good crowd come up here and try to help him out. Centurion just pushes in for I don't know what reason. He eats a bunch of shots. He's probably very angry right now that Toe was thumping the snot. Most of those hit points were taken by Toe. He's got 1,082 all off that poor Centurion 7-1. Got derped 3 times, for goodness sake. Talk about being very angry. Very angry. So Toe's going to keep on working this hill. And this hill right here on Malnovka from the south spawn is very important. You've got to neutralize it and ideally win it and start taking on guys. Now, that was what I was talking about earlier. You were up high instead of down where this type is. See where this guy is? That's the most difficult place to hit on this particular position. All right, and it is a small area. You are a relatively tall tank. They will have some pixels to go after you with. And the artillery can drop stuff. But if you drive around up high, you're going to allow things like T-30s to hit you. Thank goodness you have the small gun. Right, so there's a hit that we probably didn't need to take. We kind of drive up high, not really thinking about these guys down here, and we've already lost 437 hit points. Okay, we can't get hit points back, so those are options for later in the game that we no longer have. Those 437 options are gone. So probably could have avoided that shot by not going up high there. The Super Pershing's trying to figure out what to do. I don't know what he's thinking, but this is a nice weight, and we oh man, so painful. 1371, another big hit, and we stay down in the lower area. I think that's a good idea. Interestingly, the artillery is not shooting. My assumption is it's busy on the 5-6 line or potentially behind, because I think a shot actually just went in. Yep, they're stunned. So they're looking. It's looking back up at the promontory there, when really what the arty should be prioritizing is you. I don't know why the T-61 swallowed the fly, but I guess he will die. And off he goes to the garage. That was very silly, highlighting himself like that. I like that you're using the Type 61 as armor. If you're not doing it on purpose, it is helping you out in any event. You can see that the Scorpion is sitting on the... Is he on our side? No, he's on the other side. Looks like the Rev is on your side of the track, so that's a guy to watch for shots. You can sometimes get shots on guys down here, but with the big derp, that's difficult. And at this point, you're trying to figure out how to get another shot on one of these guys who's being a little bit silly. Look at this Lorraine. He eats 412. He's very angered. He rages forward, thinking, I'm going to get that daggum T-49, and he's gone. That's 1,783 now, 1,055 assists. Okay. Errors, right? The only big one so far is taking that hit from T-30. I think you could have avoided by not going where you went. Nice job. We're clearing out this whole side. This is an advantage for the team. Looks like the middle is a little precarious with just a mutant there. The west side is fine for the moment with all kinds of sniperinos sitting there, and the hill is okay. Although they have taken some damage back there, but you've got quite a few tanks. So we need to keep on pressing this advantage and keep on working this hill. The Suma, I don't know. I don't know. What are you going to say? People drive up there and die, get up highlighted there, get shot by everyone in the back, people on the side, and they continue to do it. What is this guy's plan? I do not know, but he's executing the get dead plan very well. This was a little curious to me. I think you could have snuck a little bit more forward and actually got a shot. In fact, if you just lowered, so you're looking right there, if you just lowered a little bit, you had a good shot on the back of the T-49, and I think that's what we're trying to do, but a little bit rushed. So that was a little odd to me. I think you probably could have aimed that a little bit better. And I would have definitely not tempted any of these guys on the 5-6 line to hit me. I'd have dove right down to this low area immediately. But we get away with it. A little bit of spotting on the T-49. The Progetto gets a couple pieces of them, and we're still in good shape. All right, we got a bit of an advantage. We're 4-3. We need to keep on pushing this advantage over here. We need to clear this hill area off and give our team a little bit of map control, right? One of the things we want to have in this game is vision control, map control, and hit points. All right, so we find the mutant kind of sitting there. We're going to look how long the derp takes to zoom in. Just zoom, a doom. And blap, 300. No, just 165. Oh, that was a mistake, and we're going to pay for it. When you came up there sideways and started aiming in and didn't shift your hold to back out immediately, the first time I watched this, I said, that's probably going to cost them, and it sure as heck did. There's another 498 votes taken away from you, right? There's all those options are now gone, and you are not quite a one-shot to everything out there, but close, and especially for the Sioux and the Scorpion, within their range of taking you out in one shot at 465 or so hit points. And, of course, the Artie, if he hits and pens, you're bumming as well. So I think based on that shot and position, the shot was fine. The way you're positioned, backing out into the wreck and then not getting off the ridgeline fast enough, cost you again. So critical errors, right? All right, so it's okay, though. We're still in control of the hill. We got these guys pushing up, and, you know, these Muppets. There's an E50 and a Progetto. This is a great position, but what they need is your eyes looking down there. And we kind of shift over to this bush. Then we move forward. And what I don't understand, to be quite honest, is I would have been up there again into those bushes looking for that mutant. The mutant is the next thing that's sort of keeping you guys from coming off the hill or at least completely controlling this side of the map. It'd be nice if somebody lit up the Rev. If they could, you can get shots on them. It looks like the Scorpion's actually repositioned to your side. I mean, he just hit you, so clearly he's on your side now. And so there's plenty of targets and things to control. The other side of the map is sorted, man. Remember, we're talking about critical error, so let's watch what happens here. IS-3 pushes in. Not really sure what his plan is. He's in the bowl, I guess. Probably getting bombarded by the 53-55. The Progetto's looking for shots. There's a Type 61, then we find the Rev. All right, fine. We got the Rev. There's the mutant. He's lit. He's kind of out in the flat, out in the open down there. But you got a nice, juicy shot on the Rev, so we'll do this. Standard B takes out the mutant, and that clears out the 5-6 line, and that's bad. So we hit the Rev. Artie goes into the super mutant, and we kind of spin around a couple times, and then we had inexplicably, to be honest, head off this way. So critical errors. Your work was not done on this side of the map. These guys needed eyes. You could have come up here amongst these wrecks and dropped another derp bomb on this guy and helped clear him out, because once he's gone, then you truly do control this ridge, and any shots you take up here aren't going to be spotted because there's nobody really close enough. If they want to get close enough, the Scorpion, the Rev, the Type, they have to drive through the open to get there. So the next guy, the next domino that needed to go was the mutant, and that mutant, these two trying to take care of that mutant is going to cause you to lose this entire side of the map because you left. There goes the E50. He got shot. They get the 5100. That's nice. And the Progetto's up there valiantly attempting to get rid of the stinking mutant. And we have basically just given them the whole side of the map. Little bumper car. Oh, crap. And now the Progetto's gone, right? And we lost that whole side of the map. Progetto's clicking on you. He's a little bit upset because probably between the three of you, you'd have been able to take that guy down. The Progetto and E50, we're going to have a hard time penning that dude. The HE you have didn't care. So I think you definitely could have done some work. So we come around here, we find the Type 61. We'll do a little dodge. Be careful. I think you're coming up over this ridge a little too much and exposing yourself too much. Remember, the spotting point is on the top of the turret, so that's the only bit that has to actually go over the ridge. When I do this, and I'm not sure where people are, I do kind of test run or two. I don't go very far up. Kind of spin around, see, did I see anything? I don't overextend like this and go, all right, where is he? Holy crap. Blap. All right, so another critical error, right? Now I have almost no votes. Now I have almost no votes. I'm down to 101 options. I used to have 1,400 options. I've only got 101 options. And really, thank goodness that guy missed. They already just tried to take a poke at you. And all is not lost. All is not lost. We have given up the entire side. The T-54 rages in. Unknown why, really. There we go. We find the Type 61. Our Artie's having a little bit of a hard time taking this guy out, unfortunately. He's missed a couple shots in there. T-54 dies. The Artie misses. So the Type doesn't take any more damage. Now, the other thing to think about is, timing-wise, when you came off that hill, you should have taken out the Mutant. Now we've been down here for a minute or two. All those guys, the 703, the Scorpion, the Rev, the Mutant, they can be anywhere now. They really could actually be just about anywhere. Even the slow ones. Thank goodness that Type missed. I would have not slowed down there. I would have dove down low right here as soon as possible. I would not worry about trying to shoot him. I'd be zigzagging because the Artie's going to want to take a shot at us. I also would not go up against this ridge, and it looks like you abort. There you go. Because you don't want to get proxy late. There's no way you're going to get any shots. And more than likely, your Artie's going to not have a shot because the guy's right on the other side of the ridge. However, their Artie's going to have shots on you for days. All right. From here now, you're much more defensive, and I think this is a way too exposed position right here. I like that you're trying to stop them from coming up and over, but you're out in the open, the Artie's going to have a heyday with you, or one of them's just going to snap. I would have fallen back into these bushes and worked the ridge all the way along here. You kind of head that way. Looks like we know where everyone is. I'm assuming the Su-130 is probably on the 1-2 line somewhere. And who knows, like I said, where the 703 is. He may have crossed over to the 1-2 line, even the Scorpion at this point. But I think you want to be back in these bushes back here, keeping yourself hidden, or wild card-wise, getting one of these ridge bushes if somehow you can get your whole tank into it and kind of watch both the crossing here and the crossing over here. But I think this position is wildly dangerous for this part of the battle. And it looks like you're just going to hope that the top of the guy's turret comes over, and or maybe he just charges over and you get a good shot on him. You are looking at the crossroads. That's good. You are posted up, but yeah, see, you went to a different spot. And I wouldn't have come over on the road either. No way would I have come over on the road. Maybe using the train just to poke up and use it as a bit of armor just to see if I could see some of you guys. But I wouldn't have come up and over that, blazing over. Not in this situation. There's so many guys that can be sitting back. I don't know why the Conway's out in the open. That's kind of dopey as well. You've lost a map control, so there's no real reason to be driving out into the middle here. Pretty soon they're going to show up along the ridgeline on the E row over there. So we get lucky. Artie doesn't shoot us. Must have been busy shooting the Conway. Our Artie misses. That was going to be a hard shot anyway. And then we have one last RNG heroics here. The Type 61 for some reason decides to poke. And we put a shot on him, and good Lord, 490. He rages all the way back to the garage. And it's been a while since anyone shot, and no. Yep, there we go. Pretty much a direct hit, man. Took you out. This game ends up being a draw. Critical mistakes, right? Quite a few of them where we lost all of our hit points. Nicely done, though. 3,335 damage, 1,411 assists, but just lost too many votes. Too many critical errors. I think really the biggest one was giving up that other side. I'm pretty sure the three of you could have got rid of that mutant and then started moving on from there and kept that side of the map controlled. But as soon as you bailed off and took your derp away from that situation, you noticed those two guys died right off the bat, and all of a sudden we've lost and we're stuck in a corner. Ends up being a draw because nobody wants to push in to each other's TDs, which is what you see quite a bit these days. There you go, man. I hope that helped. A couple things to think about. Maintaining your hit points, maintaining your vision, and your map control, and avoiding critical errors. That's all I've got, guys. We will see ya.